Hey Taurus, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Capricorn season 2021, baby. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. They're rolling out as they roll out. Doing my best to honor my rhythm, and I suggest you do the same, Taurus. For daily tarot readings, really get on TikTok, but you can check out Instagram, justj_everything. And for other dope shit, my website, justjeverything.com. Now, happy holidays or whatever it is that you celebrate. Taurus, I do feel like there's a lot of movement and activity going on with you. There's a lot of big shifts. Now, on December 24th, Saturn in Aquarius is going to be squaring Uranus retrograde in Taurus. And it's like the enforcer versus the awakener, this arm wrestling kind of energy, like this battle within, possibly. Or it could very much so manifest externally, like karma, time, rules, arm wrestling, rebellion, upheaval, the unexpected. Sorry, yeah, it's like stuff really like coming to the surface. But I do feel like there's a lot of falling away, a lot of ego breaking. Now, on the 25th, your ruling planet Venus, which is now retrograde in Taurus, is going to be conjuncting Pluto again. First time it was direct, this time it's retrograde. And there is this reassessment. And this is happening on Christmas, on the 25th. So I do feel like there is this, let's not get it twisted. Pluto is ordeals and the transformations that arise from them. So this could make for some hectic family time. This could make for a lonely kind of Christmas. For some of you, like trying to figure out, like, wow, maybe I feel more alone than I expected to, or wow, I don't really want to be around these people, or they didn't get my food right, or the party isn't going as planned, or the oven overheat. There could just be ordeals. And so I do feel like it's coming up like, is this how I want to spend my time anymore? Is this what I want to aspire to? You could be seeing things, having new understandings of art, love, appreciation, your values, your home, money, your father, your partner, you yourself, how you relate to feminine energy. Don't get it twisted. Capricorn is a feminine sign. And so there is this slow and softness that wants to become available to you, Taurus, that I think you should lean into. On the 28th of December, Jupiter goes into Pisces, and it's very it makes for a very lucky new year. So I do feel like this is a great time for you to start thinking about being more specific about what you want. And no one can really do that for you. That's stuff that you've got to, those are questions and applications, you've got to fill out for yourself. So happy Gregorian New Year. Everyone knows, not everyone, but the real New Year is in spring. At least the astrological New Year. The planet comes back to life in spring, as will you. Around the closer that your season's going to be around the corner. With the way that time is like flying by, there is something about allowing yourself to slow down and enjoy what you have while you have it. Mercury is going to go into Aquarius on January 2nd, and then we'll be retrograding in Aquarius on the 14th. I'll make a separate video for it. But I do feel like there is something about how you communicate to your collective, how you communicate to your family or friends, how you communicate to yourself, to your market, how do you communicate about your brand, how do you communicate about the things that you want going forward, and what are you doing to get them. Because I do feel like there are obstacles that you just love like breaking through, cramming through, and so some obstacles are going to be coming your way that are going to help remind you of your strength, remind you of your power. And I say that because on the 17th of January, we have the full moon in Cancer. I'll make a separate video about that, but it's going to be really hitting home. There's going to be a hyper emotionality that's going around, a hypersensitivity, and an ability to process or the emotions that need to be processed quickly. So there's going to be that, and then luckily we have that quickness that's going to come with our emotional processing with the full moon in Cancer, because on the 18th of January, Uranus goes direct in your sign. And Uranus being retrograde, I feel like has let, like, the blows haven't been so hard. And so now that it's going direct, I feel like it's like, okay, how have you prepared? And we are in the season of preparation. And I'm not saying that to scare you or to say that things are coming to shift or to be fearful of. I'm just saying that because Uranus is going direct on the 18th, the same day, the North Node is shifting into your sign, Taurus. And there is something about the divine is done waiting for you. It's like that let go or be dragged kind of energy. And this is like the part where it's like, this is the dragging portion. I feel like you have the awakener, the divine awakener, Uranus, upheaval, the unexpected in your sign. What you know about yourself to be true, and your money, your identity. Well, for you, that's if you're a Taurus rising. But it's the awakener in your sign meeting with like the North Node, which is like your purpose here, and they're drawing closer together. And so I do feel like the awakener is going to start awakening and doing some things that are going to make everybody uncomfortable, so that we get closer to our purpose, or so that we level up in our purpose, really like getting to that next level. And so I do feel like there is this this like revolutionary form of change that wants to come in and really set you in motion. It's like getting you back to like building that momentum. I just saw like a bull running. So light it if you got it, hydrate, take a deep breath, because we're asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Capricorn season 2021. First card out, Seven of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. And this feels like, what is it time for you to retract from, or what are you putting your too much energy, too much time and energy into, too much money into? Six of Wands reversed on the bottom of the deck, with the Hermit reversed on the bottom of the deck, and then the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you are in a situation where you're around too many people, or you're not getting the alone time that you need, or you're finally getting the alone time that you need. There could be some upsetting things that happen in a family setting or a family gathering, and it just may want you to like retract, or it may be that moment where like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I do feel like some of you have been very, very patient, and there's something about honoring when you need to conserve your energy, time, money, whatever it is, for yourself. Don't let that loyalty play you into depletion. Ooh, that just came out. I'm sorry. I love you. Don't let your loyalty to somebody end up having you in the negative, end up having you exhausted, end up having you broke. Don't do it. There may be you may not be feeling like yourself. You may be needing to really retreat, withdraw. I feel like it's important to save money in Capricorn season. It's important to reassess. Your ruling planet, Venus, is retrograde in Capricorn. So for some of you, there's a lot of stuff that's coming in that you're like, I don't know actually if I want this anymore. I don't know if I want to invest my time in this anymore. I don't know if I want to invest my energy in this anymore. There may be somebody else with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements coming in that there's distance from, or things may be shifting in the workplace. You just may be figuring out what you really want to do. I feel like some of you are having entrepreneurial pursuits, and if it's tied to your passion and you feel purposeful about it, it's something that it's just like encoded in you. It's just like, yes, you feel that kind of connected to it, but you also feel like you failed at some point right now. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. All right, I'm going to try to be quick about this. For Taurus, the world, yeah, I do feel like, especially if there's somebody with Capricorn or Aquarius placements, I do feel like there is an ending of a chapter in how you exert your time, physical energy, how you exert your money. There is an end of a chapter in how you relate to money, how you spend money. I feel like some of you are finally like you're done. Some of you have been putting a lot of money into traveling, and now that's shifting. And some of you have been saving a lot for traveling, and now you actually get to travel. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This is very money oriented and very time and energy oriented. Some of you, I feel like okay, that was something. Some of you have physical ailments that you have to travel outside of your current location to get the treatment that you need for. And it's like the answer is outside of your country, or the answer is outside of your state, or like where you're going to. Or for some of you, it's just like, you need to go to the other side of town, or you need to go to the more progressive hospital, or you need to go to the more holistic hospital. Trying natural remedies, that kind of thing. Trying Eastern medicine versus, or, the Eastern attempt at medicine versus the Western attempt when it comes to health and ailment. And if it's not you, it may be one of your family members or someone that lives at a distance from you. You may need to be that voice of reason of like, hey, have you tried this holistic approach, or try this, alternative method. There's something about those of you who are struggling with physical ailments, you're needing to try an alternative, like a natural alternative remedy. And I also feel like once you know what it is, there's something, it's going to be different for each of you. This is a general reading. So it's like, whatever you're like questioning about, like, am I getting back what I'm giving? Do I need to wait a little bit longer? Like, whatever it is, it's like the divine ends it for you. It shows up. Like, it's like you're not really having to do anything, I feel like, but just like continue to have faith. This is happening for you, not to you. This is going to be a juicy plunge. I can already tell. Patreon gets it first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. All right. King of Pentacles reverse. Goodness gracious. All like earthy cards. So some of you, it's like, whenever you pull this investment, or whenever you end this relationship, or whenever you start working for yourself, or whatever it is, some of you, it's like the money gets well, or the money has been good, and maybe some of you may find yourself like, did I squander this money, or am I spending this money on superficial things? Is there maybe an imbalance, like too much work? They're definitely, especially, Taurus, this is you. This is Sun in Taurus. And I do feel like you're showing up at the center, at the heart of the reading, maybe not feeling like yourself. And Hermit reversed again. I feel like, Taurus, you're not getting enough alone time. You may be overworked. That could be a thing that's really going on. There just may be like too much work, not enough play, not enough self-care, not enough pampering. And Capricorn season will do that, especially once Mars goes into Capricorn season and Aquarius season. There's this like gratification that you get from the hustle, and it's just like being able to, and it's a very capitalistic thing, it's a very American thing. We glorify our work ethic, and the rest of the country is just like being actually taken care of by their government, like laughing at us. Not everybody, don't get, yes, I know, not everybody, but there are some like countries really doing it far more efficiently and more lovingly. And so we have this mindset that had this mindset about money and work, and the glorification of the hustler, the glorification of the boss, and that being the baddest and getting money and all of this stuff and all of these possessions. There could be just some shift in how you really think. And some of you may find like you get this shift of perspective by way of traveling. It's like whenever you go out of town or something like that, you really see what poverty is. Some of you really find out what true wealth is, because it's something about like, there's nothing like, my favorite like karmic joke is when all of these people, like, they work so hard for all this money, and then like your health is actual shit, and you don't have, and you've been, you know, the people who have been like so capitalistic and evil about not like letting people take off time and hoarding money to themselves and all this stuff, and then it's like, then you end up getting sick and you can't do shit with the money anyway, except for try to get a better doctor and a better doctor and a better doctor. So it's just like some of you, I feel like, are redefining what wealth is. Wealth is going to be different for all of you. Happiness is going to be different for all of you. Success is meant to be, and all of those things are meant to have individual definitions. And I feel like it's time for you to upgrade your definition of money, your definition of patience, your definition of how this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Aquarius is, you know, showing up in your life, how you define leisure, how you define synchronicity, how you define protection. I feel like it's time for you to get to a deeper level with things, and there is something about like allowing yourself to take care of yourself. That's what came through for Capricorn season. It's just like this is the season of preparedness, because we are in this season initiates winter, but it is this like the romantic softer side of Capricorn is taking care of oneself so that we can sustain that preparedness. You know, it's like, it's balance. You have to, what the fuck are you going to prepare for if you can't even like shovel snow? You know what I mean? But if you're in so much pain, you got to take care of yourself, like take a bath. So that's why I say buy a spirit soak at justjeverything.com. That's why I do the work that I do, like customized herbal self-care, because I'm almost a Taurus and I have Venus in Taurus. So I do understand these hustling vibes, but a whole stack of cards flipped out. But six of Swords reverse is what I saw, and I'm going to keep that actually, because I do feel like, bam, then there you are. That's the final card. With the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. I do feel like some of you there's a lot of big shifts of perspective that are coming in, because some of you may be feeling stuck. Some of you, there's shame coming up, substance abuse, eating disorders, eating too much, not eating enough. I feel like some of you are not nourishing yourselves the way that you should. And some of you, I feel like things of the shadow are going to start coming up. And those things of the shadow are coming up so that you can finally figure out how to transmute that shit into corrective, healthy action. And the action that's really required of you, Taurus, is going to be getting out of this mindset. For some of you, it's getting out of a marriage. Some of you, it's getting out of this job or a toxic job or a toxic schedule. Some of you, it's just like your life is just, there's far too much work and not enough pampering. And so if you don't really check it in Capricorn season early, you can get stuck here and you can just loop here thinking that, oh, I got to do enough, or I'm not enough, or defining yourself by your work, defining yourself by your possessions, defining yourself by this relationship or a certain being in a certain tax bracket or having a certain amount of money. It's like we're coming into a time where we're really starting to understand that shit doesn't fucking matter. And the contents of your wallet do not define the contents of your heart. I hope I just made that up. I hope I did. Probably not, but all of these figures, Taurus, are singular. Every card except for the card of getting towards tranquil waters. This card is about getting out of a turbulent mindset. It's getting out of a situation that you know you shouldn't be in anymore. It's saying that harmony is needed in the mind. And if in the fact that it's reversed, you are ignoring your intuition and staying in some sort of turbulent situation. And the moment that you decide to stay, you will loop in it. I'm telling you, it'll just keep going. It'll just keep going. But if you change your mind and orchestrate a game plan, take the time to create a game plan, you can really get out of that situation and really start moving forward really healthily and prosperously. It's like positive abundance wants to come in. I do feel like for some of you, you've been trying to conceive, or you want a family, or you want to get married or be someone's wife. Excuse me, and it's like there is not enough alone time where I feel like you've been able to put some of these previous traumas to bed for you to just jump into being this, taking a relationship to the next level. For some of you, there may be an issue with the mother-in-law, or feeling stuck with a mother-in-law, or stuck with a boss, or feeling stuck in your entrepreneurship. And I do feel like it's time to stop acting like you've got all this time. God, there's this gorgeous sunset that's happening right now that I really want to be outside looking at. And so there's this thing like about getting outside. It's time to experience nature. All of these things are like, I feel like right now, that's what's coming in. I feel like that's how Venus retrograde ends up really like manifesting for you guys. There is so much of this that's like what you've been prioritizing, what you've been putting so much time and energy into is changing, and you're going to understand like you may not get pleasure out of making money anymore. You may not get pleasure out of your current job or what you're doing or your current business or brand. It may take you may be getting really rerouted, and you need to give yourself the time to honor the fact that maybe you're done with something, maybe you're done with someone, and either way, it's time to prioritize yourself. Venus is begging you to reassess and for you to really prioritize yourself, so that regardless if this is a baby or a business or whatever, it's like so that you can make room to like integrate all of the things that you have learned thus far, and really like making decisions, making informed, like financially, like structurally sound decisions for yourself from a more like mature place. So it's time to have some me time. I feel like this is a great time to hibernate. It's a great time to travel. It's a great time to indulge. It's a great time to create balance for yourself. It's time to work as hard as, I mean, it's time to play and treat yourself as hard as you work. Because if you don't do it, then your body has to like set you down, has to put you down, you know? And repressed emotions are how physical ailments manifest in the body. So it's time for you to give yourself that time off to really process everything so that you don't have any secrets trying to make you sick. And so that you can really start to revel in how far you've come and what you've done for yourself, and get to that point where you can really prioritize yourself, learn how to say no, and let these other people fall in line. It will become clear once you prioritize yourself in a more healthy way. I love you. You got this. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.